The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN just after 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We got about 24 minutes to go until the start of trading, and we're getting some headlines yet again. We have Chairman Powell. He's talking today to the House. He'll be in front of the Senate tomorrow. And let's jump to the headline, because why not? Powell reiterates no rush to cut as the Fed awaits tariff clarity. So his remarks are already out. The effects of tariffs will depend, among other things, on their ultimate level. For the time being, we are well positioned to wait to learn more about the likely course of the economy before considering any adjustments to our policy stance. Now, that is in contrast to a couple of the Fed governors in the last couple of days. On Friday and then on Monday, you had two of them saying maybe we come next month, their July meeting. But nonetheless, markets in positive territory. The geopolitical tensions, the headlines persist, but the market shakes it off right now. We got a truce. Do we have a truce? We'll find out. Nonetheless, S&P's up by 42 points, 61.19. We were as high as 61.43 at about 3 a.m. Eastern Time. NASDAQ 100. You're up by about 1%, up 211, 22,285. You get the Dow right now up 276 or 0.6%, 43,177. The Russell right now up by 0.8%. Bitcoin up $2,000, 105,300. Crude, you drive down to a 64 handle. Remarkable last night. Quite a trade. If you were on the lower side of that from 78 Sunday evening to $64, we're at $66.17 right now. Now you got gold trading lower dramatically, okay? But we jump around right now. You jump to the 10-year, and we're pulling back a bit from where we were in price, and that's putting the yield to about 3.5, okay? 3.5 is where the 10-year is sitting at right now. We jump over the dollar. And yeah, you talk about weakness, man. How about from 99.40 to getting a 97 handle? We're trading right now at 98.07. Okay, but even with that dollar weakness, right? What's going on with gold? Yeah, gold's in a consolidation, folks. Okay? And this move right here, over the last 8 days, down $150, just like that. The move this morning, look at that triple top. We take a look at the volume. The volume did drop off yesterday versus Friday's volume. Friday was triple witching. We had a lot going on Friday, of course. But it looks like we're going to get some volume today to the downside in gold. With gold down $66 right now, down 2%, trading at $33.28. Talk about it. Jump over to copper. I was talking about copper yesterday. Copper gets a little bit of a bid, up to $4.95. We're trading at $4.89 right now. And yeah, so you'll hear from Chairman Powell. Now, these are his remarks. Okay, he'll be speaking in front of the House today. He'll be in front of the Senate tomorrow. And he will get questions. So there may be more that comes, but that's basically the gist on the remarks that come out from Chairman Powell. And you shift to the news last night with a truce from President Trump getting that news out there, and you had to say, okay, he's saying it's a truce. Is it a truce? Well, Israel accuses Iran of breaching that truce. Is it a truce? We're going to find out. It does seem like tensions have eased, for sure. Markets paying attention to that, but hours after he declared it, Israel detected missile launches. Its defense minister instructed the military to respond forcefully. The ceasefire is now in effect. Please do not violate it. You know, his supporters are going to say that he's trying for peace. The obvious statement here, right, is that calling for peace the moment after you send 7 stealth bombers over and drop 14 bunker busters and all that stuff. There's obviously tensions that exist as you call for peace in that context. Context is so important in terms of everything that occurs. So, yeah, Trump said the strike on Qatar was weak and that Iran had gotten it out of their system. He's trying to script the ending he wants here. We'll see if it plays out. And yeah, look at that troop stationed in the Middle East. 50,000. Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Syria, Jordan, Turkey, UAE. And then you have some carrier strike groups sitting out in the Indian Ocean as well with about 11,000 troops. Pretty remarkable, right? 11,000 troops just sitting out in the ocean. All right, we'll see where we go from there. But it could be headline driven again. We'll keep our eyes out. And yeah, you talk about the skies. You should be thankful. I think when you're, imagine, obviously a hellish experience. But you go from, look at this flight. Can I see it? I'm going to try and blow it up. Now, Australia's out there, okay? Perth to Paris is what they were doing. Yeah, here it is. Come on, blow it up. There we go. It's so funny. I'm trying to zoom into the map right now, like it's MapQuest, right? But nonetheless, you fly all the way over there and then you turn around. But guess what? Remarkable, some of these planes, how they fly around those areas when you have that type of military action going on. And those nonstop European flights from Perth routinely fly over the Middle East region and at times been forced to take longer detours to skirt airspace restrictions or stop in Singapore to refuel. 15 hours they were sitting on that flight in the air and they returned home. 17 hours would have got them to Paris. Not bad. How about that? One-way flight, 17 hours? Whew. Not as far as those stealth bombers are flying, though. And if you're looking for a little bit of safety, how about technology stocks? Yeah. You have Wells Fargo and you have the CFRA suggesting that long-term investors should buy information technology, communication services, and financials is what they're looking at. Yeah, look at that sector, right? S&P 500 sectors change since June 12th, since things have ratcheted up. Everyone's going to have their views. We'll see, though. We're going to get some headline-driven action, man. And we'll see as we wake up this morning, no matter what. We're looking at the moves that Israel's saying they broke it. Did they break it? Is it going to hold? And you just hope that nothing really escalates things. Crude, trading at 66.12. Nothing escalating that right now. We jump over to some of the equities. Tesla shares. Quite a day yesterday. I saw some videos out there of the Tesla taxi running around. You're up another $8 in the pre-market to $356 with this market right now. Amazon, tough day yesterday. We catch a bid. Amazon's up by $4 right now in the pre-market, trading at $212. Jump over to Apple, up a couple dollars to $203 and change right now. Microsoft shares trading up $1, almost $2 to $487 on Microsoft shares. All right. You know what else I was watching last night, folks? I was watching the original Jaws last night, and I can't believe 50 years, June 20th, 1975. June 20th, 1975. We'll talk about that. Jaws 50, Martha's Vineyard. We're coming back, folks. S&P's up by 43.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This portion of the Morning Market Kickoff is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Well, welcome back, folks. And yeah, pretty remarkable. So we digress a bit, but we got an hour. We jump around. We do the market, and then we jump around. And yeah, how about it, man? So June 20th, 1975. 50 years. I couldn't believe it. And, you know, it's remarkable, folks, okay? So when I was young, my dad and I, my family, my mom, we used to vacation in beautiful Falmouth, Cape Cod. Okay, Falmouth, Massachusetts, right on Cape Cod. Beautiful area, very fortunate. And then as I was growing up, we had a little boat, Boston whaler, named the Frequent Flyer. My dad used to be in the airline business, selling and buying and selling frequent flyer miles. And we still have that boat, which is remarkable, okay? But we'd go down to Falmouth. We kept the boat at the Falmouth Yacht Club. Beautiful little spot, very lucky there. And then we'd take the boat over to Oak Bluffs, Martha's Vineyard, and would always ride around. And they have, if you remember, folks, I'll have to find the scene of the beach. Let's see. I'll find it during the break. But there's the scene with all the cabanas, kind of the colorful cabanas on the beach. We used to ride by it all the time. And at that point, Jaws was still. So how lucky is this, right? So as a kid in the summers, I would ride over to Oak Bluffs. And if you're ever in Oak Bluffs, folks, okay, check out the Flying Horses Carousel. Now, what's crazy is, I didn't even know this, okay? So this carousel, this is all, you know, talk about in the Northeast, built in 1876. 1876, okay? It's the nation's oldest platform carousel. Since 1884, the Flying Horses Carousel has been flying. So we used to go over there, would park the boat at Oak Bluffs Harbor, would get a little bit of lunch, and then would jump on the carousel. And what they had, I don't know if they have it, man. I'm going back. It's crazy. I can't believe I'm doing it. I haven't been there since, like, especially the carousel. Like, I'm talking about when I was like 15, 16. was that, 96, 30 years ago. They got these little coins, and you go around, you grab coins, and then if there's one gold coin, you get the gold coin, and you get to go on it one more time. Nonetheless, beautiful area, very lucky. Spent a lot of time out here, but we'll get into the finance of it, okay? So check this out. The original Jaws movie in 1975, it was only Spielberg's second film ever, okay? The initial domestic gross was $273 million. The international gross was $210. The worldwide gross was $484 million. And folks, a dollar in 1975 is not the same as a dollar today. Do you know what $484 million would be akin to today? $2.9 billion. It would be the highest grossing film ever. Now, you look at the films that have come out, okay, and it's amazing how Avatar, Avengers, Titanic. Which one's this? Not familiar. Chinese animated fantasy, 2025. I've not seen that one. Star Wars. Look at this, right? Avengers, Star Wars, Avatar, Avengers, Spider-Man. Nonetheless, Jaws doing $500 million in 1975. I mean, check out when they talk about the merchandise in some of these. I was just going through because I was like, man, you hear $500 million in 1975. My goodness. They talk about the merchandising in some of these films. 1994, Lion King, $2 billion in the box office. Okay. $8 billion earned at box offices around the world by the stage adaptation, and then Lion King has $3 billion in merchandise on top of it. All right. Yeah. Beautiful oak bluffs. That flying carousel. I mean, man, I'm reminiscing a bit. But boy, that was, and 50 years old though. I couldn't believe it. 1975. I was born in 1980. And now they got sharks everywhere up there, right? They do. The world changes a lot in 30 years, right? Okay, we jump around to what else we got going on. So we're going to look for Chairman Powell. Let's talk a little bit of Tesla first. And this is what's going to be interesting in terms of the headlines as they come. This has been going on for a day or two, but already you got robotaxi incidents caught on camera, shared widely, okay? 10 to 20 Model Y vehicles equipped. I saw some videos on there yesterday myself. And yeah, think about it. This is with 10 to 20 vehicles. So you're catching a bid right now. Sometimes it's all buy the rumor, sell the news. And when you look at Tesla shares, man, we're up another, $6 coming into the pre-market. Let's look at it right now. Yeah, I don't imagine a public spat like that will ever happen again. That was quite a spectacle. Just looking where we're coming into. So this area on Tesla at about 365. That's a high from February. That's the high back here from May as well. That'd be your first area of resistance. And we're going to open today about 356. It's not like we have a ton of volume. We can't blow through. Huge volume yesterday. We'll see if we can get some follow through today with the market. Look at this, man. Crude's not stopping. Just since I came on the air, it's down $1.65 and change. You jump over to yields, rising a bit right now. Dollar a little bit of strength. And it's just a tough one for gold, man. I think gold has some work to do digesting some of these gains. It's been quite a historic run. And listen, historic, maybe that's not the right word, but you just doubled in price over a period of about a year and a half in gold. 1,800 to 3,600. Volume dropped off a bit yesterday, but today's going to be an important day. We're going to get some volume today. You got wide price spread right now. You're coming into this bar June 9th, which was the lowest volume bar we have going back a ways. All right. Where's that bridge, Elo? Where's that bridge, that picture you posted? Jump in the Tiger's Den, folks. Man, I remember jumping off bridges like that when I was a kid everywhere. Beautiful Falmouth. The Mara Vista Bridge, if everybody knows it, Mara Vista Bridge in Falmouth, Massachusetts. Coming up on July 4th. Good memories. Jaws, 50 years. Yeah, I started watching that movie last night. No wonder it did like $3 billion, man. Oak Bluffs. Yeah, I know. Where exactly, though? I want to know. I might have been on that bridge, man. I'm serious. Where exactly? Yeah. All right, folks. S&P's up by 45. We're coming back for the opening bell. Don't go away.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, traversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs? Trade wars? Analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry's been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We got the S&Ps in positive territory right now. And yeah, I found that picture I was talking about. So it's the cabana picture. Can I zoom in on it? This is it. Those colorful cabanas, and somehow somebody's selling this picture. Jaws cabanas photograph, $8. You want to buy it? Yeah, I think that might be overvalued, but nonetheless, $8. And those are the cabanas. So we'd always ride by, would find those pictures out there. Beautiful oak bluffs, and it's funny, that bridge, man. Bridge jumping, right? Now be careful, folks, bridge jumping. Things have changed. Back then, it seemed so normal. That picture in the den, it's so great. That bridge jumping, man. So much fun. We used to pull up the little Boston Whaler. Folks, not allowed. It says no bridge jumping, all right? But going back to the 90s, okay, when things were a little bit different. And yeah, just like that, man. Just like that exact picture in the den. Forgive me 1 second. There we go. There we go. I lost my den for a second. But yeah, everyone jumping on those bridges. But now, man, how about those sharks up in the northeast, right? Yeah. But good old summer. I don't know. Things, we used to go, this is amazing, right? We used to go down, because the first scene in Jaws, right, begins with night swimming. The poor girl's out there, right, and she gets dragged under the water and she gets killed by the shark. That kicks off the movie, that first scene. What's remarkable is I'm watching that scene, nighttime. We used to go down and do nighttime swimming, man. Would walk our German Shepherd down there, okay? Our beautiful German Shepherd dog named Awesome. We had our dog named Awesome. He was awesome. Prince Awesome O'Brien was our German Shepherd's name. That's right. And we would go nighttime swimming. You can't do that these days. Remarkable. Good memories, good times thinking of all that stuff. And then you have the Falmouth Road Race. You ever looking for a good road race, folks? Oh, good, go down. You got to get into a lottery to get into that one. Be a beautiful race right on the Falmouth ocean side. And that race, 7.2 miles, something like that, but beautiful race. I did it in 2019, just before COVID, thank God. Put my name in the lottery and got in there. Great time. Always wanted to do it. We had a great time growing up when we were kids with that race as well. All right, let's get back to the market. So, Chairman Powell, you just had Christopher Waller and Michelle Bowman. They came out and said they support lowering rates this month. And Powell pushed back. You gotta read what he's saying here. Okay, that is a direct pushback. Yeah, for the time being, we are well positioned to wait to learn more about the likely course of the economy before considering any adjustments to our policy stance. Now, maybe he has a plan to correct that path going forward before they get to the meeting at the end of next month. But those are strong words. And that's why you're seeing this reaction in yields as you trade from 111.20. On the news of Fed governors say that July, the cuts are coming. And then we trade all the way back to 111.04 this morning, as we're going to hear from the chairman. And the chairman's going to say the same thing he's been saying. You're not going to hear a change. Now, maybe he slipped something in on the questions, but it's not happening yet. All right, we jump around. Disney shares up by 1.2% so far today. Netflix up about 0.2%. We jump in. Raytheon, as tensions calm, Raytheon goes down 2% and well off of that spike to 154. Be careful of chasing in general in this market right now. It goes with the gold stocks as well, folks. Big time. Excuse me. Yeah. Let's check in on some of the gold equities. Yeah. I say yeah, folks, as in, boy, we got a lot of coiled up equities, even the strongest of, okay? New gold, we just made a high. What, we do it yesterday? Yeah, we did it yesterday at 506. Boom, just like that. You're down, what, 38 pennies in a $5 stock off the highs? You just traded from $1 to $5. Okay, be careful on these equities as you get a pullback, and you want to see something wild, all right? Now we go to some of these equities that have been remarkably strong. Okay, Newmont's not one of them, but look at the cyclical nature of these equities. Whether it's Newmont, how many times you high fly and then you Barrick, my goodness. Okay, let's see. Look at Southern Copper. That's not bad on a longer term basis, huh? Yeah. They're in a rough downturn channel right now on a short term. Huge volume last week. You trade lower. We're trying to get a bid right now for Southern Copper. Look at this one. So this is Sandstorm, okay? This equity, Sandstorm Gold, $2.6 billion company. And look at the cyclical nature. Even if you take 2011, which you shouldn't take out of the equation, look at how cyclical. So this is what, I sent out some of these longer-term charts in the gold report today, just saying, hey, it's been a heck of a run here. Just realize, and I'm not telling you it's going to go down, okay? But we're getting moves today. But just realize when you look at the past of some of these equities, my goodness, how often do you get a run-up like this that you don't get at least a consolidation or a pullback? It doesn't mean you have to tank it. Valley. Look at this chart of Valley. All right. Now, Valley is probably the worst looking chart in the gold report right now, folks. Okay. On a short term basis, look at this equity. All right. Now, iron ore, iron pellets, nickel, and copper in Brazil and internationally. Okay. You're talking about a company that's currently valued at $39 billion. Did you hear that one? $39 billion. Okay. And look at that chart as you've had a heck of a run in metals overall. And yeah, they're in particular metals, but nonetheless, be careful of that one. But even on a longer term, same deal. My goodness, right? And I remember when they were rocking and rolling, man. Whew. In 2007, some of those trade shows, I remember them, their booth, they were just rocking. But then everything imploded. All right, let's take a look at some of these other gold metals. Yeah, AEM, one of the strongest equities out there as well, off 4%, just like that. Now, this equity you're looking to get in, quite a well-defined channel line. You broke out of it in the beginning of this year, and you're trading low right now by 3.8%. First Majestic. Yeah, look at these. All right. And these are some of the strongest equities. Alamos, trading off by 5.5% right now. Harmony's off by 6% right now. Poof. All right. Oh, man, it's not stopping. Okay. Be careful in this gold market right now, folks. All right. There's nothing saying that we can't get down to 3,000, 2,800. We were just trading at 1,600. 1826 to be exact, 2023. All right, the run began in February of 2024 at $2,000. Wouldn't be the end of the world if we traded back down to 2,800 to catch a bid. We're trading right now down $80 in gold. Stay tuned, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey. Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks, and it's not stopping. Look at this drop going on right now in gold, man. Down by $82, off 2.4% right now. We jump over to silver, off about 68 pennies, off 1.8%. You get the S&P's up by 51, NASDAQ 100 up by 248. And let's talk a little bit of student loans. So there's a lot going on in terms of, we're still coming out of COVID when you look at stuff like this that is lingering, okay? Nearly 2 million student loan borrowers at risk of docked pay this summer. I mean, this is where you start getting into consumers, spending, all this stuff. The government set to start garnishing wages after a pandemic-era reprieve ended. Pretty remarkable. We're 5+ years, right? You say, well, what's this from? This is from COVID. When was COVID? March of 2020. COVID was before Tommy. And Tommy's going to be 5 in February. Yeah. That's the biggest worry. When you had all of this stuff getting pushed off for so long, okay? 6 million federal student loan borrowers are 90 days or more past due. The credit reporting company estimates that about a third of them, nearly 2 million borrowers, can move into default next month and start having their pay docked by the government. That's up from 1.2 had been estimated just last month. An additional 1 million borrowers are on track to default by August, followed by another 2 million in September, and that happens when you're 270 days past due. Whew. And as they, so they try and give reasons why this is going on, but no matter what, the reason why it's going on is because they're not getting paid. Whether it's talking about communication issues, that's quite just a generic. And I would say, is it a communication issue, folks, or is it that others might be too financially stretched? And boy, it's a problem when you recalibrate your life. And that's, when I say recalibrate your life, right? It's like you give somebody a reprieve for a short period of time, but you're talking about years and years and years, and then that payment comes back. Whew. How about up to 15% of your wages automatically deducted from their paychecks? You think it's hard buying a house right now? How about we'll take 15% of that check on top of it? Student loan payments were paused during the pandemic. In 2023, Biden gave borrowers a 12-month on-ramp period. That period ended last fall. Man. Yeah, then you got credit reporting problems in terms of your credit on top of it. More than 9 million of them are expected to see their credit scores drop this year. The unfortunate part is that this got very political with Biden's loan forgiveness, and this one's so difficult, folks, okay? It goes, the truth is always somewhere in between. Okay, don't go far left and don't go far right. There's truth in all the battle. Okay, as somebody that was very fortunate, I went to Villanova University. I had federal loans. I had federal student loans. I had bank loans on top of that. Okay, I was lucky to get them paid off earlier. There's two sides of this, okay? First, you go to the side of spending government money to subsidize we only have a certain amount of money that we can use to subsidize anything, right? And using that to subsidize, if you think about the certain slice of the pie of people who have even attended, college in any capacity, usually they are more well off than those that haven't, right? Then you go to the other side of the conversation, though. And the other side of the conversation is you got 18-year-old kids getting told if you go to college and you work hard, everything will be okay. They don't understand finance at that point, and they're making decisions that put them under a burden of debt that is insurmountable over a lifetime. Yes, it's a horrible decision that they made. Horrible. Okay? As in getting a degree, it's a business decision. Everything is risk reward. Most 18-year-olds aren't thinking like that. Okay? A lot of them are not thinking like that. They should be, and hopefully they wake up now. But that's the other side of it. Okay? And you can't bankrupt them and all this stuff. And then you go into, well, of course you can't bankrupt them. Okay? Because if you could bankrupt them, everybody would just take out $250,000 worth of loans, and then they'd bankrupt themselves instantly. And it would actually make sense, because that amount of money to bankrupt yourself, why not? Even if you have to do it. So there's so much complexity in all of it. But it's a problem. It's a problem. And yeah, of course, college prices rising dramatically. I'll tell you, in-state folks in Florida, there's still opportunities. You go to a good in-state college. I mean, in Florida, we got in-state colleges, whether you're talking about UF, University of Florida, Florida State, USF. In-state tuition is not that crazy in Florida. And so it's interesting to see the whole, you go to a college, even Villanova, private university, man, it's probably approaching 25, 30 grand a year. I think when I went from 1998 to 2002, University of Florida in-state tuition right now, I think it's like $6,500 a year. We'll pull it up. Let's see. UF in-state tuition. $6,380 for undergraduates. UF in-state tuition. So make sure you do some homework out there, because it's a tough one, man. And there's so much complexity out there. And the truth is always somewhere in between, folks. There's a lot of truth in between on this one, but boy, it's lingering, and it's become a hot topic political issue, and I agree with a lot of it. Everything makes sense when you look at it, in terms of people who paid off the loans early. You can understand why they're angry. People who never spent time and never went to college, you can understand why they're angry when that money gets paid off. But then how about the people that got taken advantage of, that were told, you take out a loan for $150,000 and somehow you're going to get it paid for, and you really didn't have a plan, but you trusted that education always paid off. And now, if there's one group of people that would be ever underrepresented, think about this, right? There's no way any other entity would ever allow this to happen if they had a real lobbying organization. But do you know who does not have a real lobbying organization? 18-year-old kids coming out of high school. They don't have a real lobbying organization, which is why they're allowed to sign up for hundreds of thousands of dollars of loans that you can't bankrupt, that tied with you forever, that'll affect your credit rating. Yeah, there needs to be something done there. Without a doubt. But that's quite a number, man. And it's going to keep going. Oh boy, if silver's down 2.5%, where is gold already? Yeah, down $84, 33.08. We might get a 3,200 handle in gold. Tell you folks, so we have no active positions right now in the gold report. It's a great time to check it out. We had a couple nice trades in the beginning of the year, okay? And we've been hanging out at these levels waiting, and I think we're going to get a little bit of a pullback here, and the equities are always more pronounced, okay? I just put out a new issue of the gold report yesterday. If you want to check it out on the newsletter tab at TFNN.com. I mean, look at these moves into Harmony. Harmony, you're almost going to come back to the October level, man. You're at 1381 right now. You were at 1229 in October. And put that in context to where you were in gold. Look at this, right? Oof, see how quickly the equities give it back. Harmony's going to be back at October prices. Meanwhile, gold would have to be all the way back to 2,800 for that price tag. All right, folks, stay tuned. S&P's up by 46. One more segment. Crude down by $3. We're coming back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. And yeah, it's a great question, Duffy. Why is gold suddenly dropping? They're selling it. That's basically it right now. And I don't say it sarcastically. I'm not quite sure in terms of this type of a move, right? But it seems like it's been due for a consolidation or a pullback for some time. And don't forget what happened. I'm not saying, but just keep in mind, is a better way to say it. Don't forget. Keep in mind, okay? At a period of time when you had gold dramatically strengthened, when you had the dollar dramatically strengthened from September 26th, when you were at 100, to January, middle of January, okay, so almost the end of September to the middle of January, the dollar strengthened from 100 to 110. So remember those dates. End of September, middle of January, okay? This is what gold did during that time. Huge strength, even in a time when you had remarkable dollar strength, gold held its own. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because I think we might have some dollar weakness coming down the line, but I think this is one of those situations that you're not going to get a thorough acceleration higher. And you'd say, why is that? well, why did this happen back here in September, right? Why couldn't gold catch a bid when you had... why didn't gold pull back, right? Why didn't gold really pull back? And you had a couple pullbacks. That run that you had around the election, gold pulled back from 2,800 down to 2,500, and that was the buy. But the reason why I didn't pull back, because why? There was buying, okay? And in the same way, now we're up at 3,500, and you have dollar weakness, but that might not give it that next leg higher as you're actually pulling back with gold off $80. And that's at the same time that we got dollar weakness, right? Shouldn't be what's happening, but pay attention when it is, man, because dollar's not going to save gold right now, even with dollar pushing 98. All right, folks, thanks so much for kicking off your day right here with me. Stay tuned. We got Basil Chapman. He did his show at 8 o'clock live, so that's coming up right now. Steve Rhodes at 11, Fast Market at 12.